Hello, and welcome to the Sunday Night Podcast, Episode 1. It's not the first time I've done a podcast for my page, but yeah, I'm gonna try to actually get one on the go here. Get busy. Fucking sucks. I'd love to do way more stuff for my page, but that's just the way she goes. Yeah, essentially this podcast is just so I can talk about topics that aren't worth like making full videos for, but things I'd still like to talk about. And I'll let you guys know what's going on for my next video and, shit like that. All fun. All fun. Yeah, so start off the topics tonight. I'm gonna start with what my last video was about that just came out. Jedi Survivor. I've been doing a playthrough of that game. Really enjoying it. I'd like to play it more, but where I'm recording it at the space of there because I'm running out of room on everything. I got like way too many videos and stuff on the go. I gotta fucking calm my ADD down and fucking get focused on some shit. But you guys probably noticed that. And this is like my third attempt to do a podcast for my YouTube page. So yeah, I'll try to stay focused, but it's not my best quality. Like right now, I'm supposed to be talking about Jedi Survivor, but I've lost my space. I've lost my place. Jedi Survivor, definitely an improvement over the last game, which is Jedi Fallen Order. Love that game. And yeah, Jedi Survivor is improved. There's still some things like left over from the last game I didn't 100% like, but it's like not enough to really ruin the game at all. And like it's just great because like they never really focus on a character quite like that. Like even when you have like Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in the original Star Wars, like he's like a 20-year-old guy. Like no one's believing he's like a 14-year-old. So yeah, it's kind of cool seeing Cal go through his journey as a young guy into like a young adult kind of area, and yeah, pulls it off well. So far, it's been a good story. I've heard some people didn't like it as much as Fallen Order, but so far I've really been enjoying it. Mostly because the two villains in the game are really good. The last game had like the sisters of whatever. I can't remember. It's been a while. I played that game recently, Fallen Order, but I didn't finish it. I ended up moving on to something else. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, but I may have bought a new game or something. Was like, I gotta play this. That's usually what happens. Something better comes along. I'm definitely looking forward to a third game in that series. And there's like talks it might be out actually by Christmas 2026. That's like a year away, so that's not bad. Less than a year away. So yeah, the game like looks amazing as well, and it has like an epic scope to it too. They pulled off really well, and the villains feel very villainous. I mean, I'm not sure if Darth Vader's going to show up in this one because I have not finished the story yet. But that was awesome in the last one when he showed up. But I don't think they're going to bother this time because I think the two villains they have are more than acceptable. I'm sure Darth Vader will show up in the next one. Possibly to kill Cal because no one's ever heard of Cal in the original series. So I'm going to assume he died. And after the Empire, there's like a bunch of Star Wars shows that take place after the Empire's fallen and Return of the Jedi now. And still no mention of Cal, so I'm going to assume Cal will die in the next one. Maybe not, but I feel he will. But as far as a rating goes, I give it a solid 9 for Jedi Survivor. Like I said, I've really been enjoying it so far. I didn't get the complaints about the story, like I've been enjoying it so like a lot. But I guess kind of off topic. I just played Spider-Man 2 as well, and people said that story sucked too, and that one, yeah, it wasn't great. Still a very enjoyable game. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's very enjoyable, but yeah, people really shit on that game. It's definitely not that bad, but yeah, I get what they're talking about with the story. But we're the 2018 Spider-Man. I'd give that like a 9.5 out of 10. Easy. But yeah, Jedi Survivor. 9 out of 10. Very good. Very good game. Highly recommend it, especially if you're into Star Wars. I'm kind of dumb with Star Wars, but I bought that game a few years ago. My computer wouldn't run it, so I've been looking forward to playing it for a while on the PlayStation Store, and it was on sale. I was like, fuck yeah. I'm actually going to make a good decision today. One thing though, if Darth Vader does show up, like I'm hoping Cal's just like, "Hey, guess what, man? I fucking dug up Padme and I fucking sewed her tits together, so you fucking deal with that." And then Cal just dies, like instantly, lights on fire. But I don't know if Jedi's can do that, but I assume if they can shoot lightning, they can light people on fire. Beyond that, that's all I really have to say about Jedi Survivor. So let's move on to something else. So, probably a month ago, I did a rewatch of a fucking excellent television show. And it's not an underrated show or underseen, but it is currently canceled, even though it's very popular. That show is Mindhunter. And yeah, it's not looking good for the old third season at all. Like, man, that sucks. And like, it's super popular, it's critically acclaimed, and like, and it's on Netflix. They have so many shitty shows on there. Like, Mindhunter is expensive, but look at all the crappy ass shows they waste money on. Like, cancel one of those fucking shows and then put the money towards Mindhunter. Like, the word is spread on that show, like, since it's gone off the air, and like, people want it to come back. And I think that's pretty obvious now. I think the only holdup is just like David Fincher is too crazy. And he's like one of the main reasons it's expensive. Because I mean, when you look at the show, it really shouldn't be an expensive show to shoot. There's like barely any special effects. It's mostly makeup, and I don't know. But yeah, but it gets expensive to fucking shoot scenes over and over again. That's where they're getting fucked, I think. But I think a lot of people realize that, and so that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about the fact that like I'm a big time like true crime fan and shit, and I watch a lot of like cop shows. At least I used to. There hasn't been a really good one in a while, but yeah, I've watched like so many good ones. I'm not like a big procedural guy, but I get enjoyment out of them. Like I watched a couple seasons of Criminal Minds. It had me hooked for a while. And then I kind of the procedural part of it kind of got over on me and got too predictable and shit. And like CSI too, when that first came out, that was like blew everyone away. So I did watch a few seasons of that as well, and then that kind of got boring too after a while. And like, especially when like Spike used to play it, like they used to play like 6 or 7 hours, maybe even longer. Just CSI Miami, CSI, and like CSI New York, I think. So yeah, we used to watch a lot of fucking reruns of that back in the day too. So get pretty sick of it. And event like pretty much every procedural show that came after it kind of copied it, but there are a few like The Mentalist. I think is fucking really well done. It's a, it's procedural ish, but it works very well because the clever premise, good actors, it's funny. Basically House if he was a detective, so Sherlock Holmes if he was the detective, but a little different. I highly recommend that as well. But and True Detective season one also up there for me. It'd probably be my top if it wasn't like only one season, but I mean technically it's not, but only one season of Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. So I didn't really watch. I watched the second season and haven't watched anything since. I've heard the season 3 and 4 are good, but I just don't give a shit. But yeah, Mindhunter for me though is like a perfectly balanced detective show in like a way that's never been done before, and I feel like that kind of makes it the best because it feels like a lot more realistic because it's not like they don't have a Patrick Jane type. They have Holden, and he's like the closest thing they have to like a Patrick Jane or Sherlock Holmes, but even he fucked up pretty big in the second season. And but the way they go about investigating and how politics comes into play and stopping them like essentially from solving a crime in the second season. They didn't get their man and they never will. Like that's just like that's a real life case too, and I don't think they ever solved it for real. They did catch a guy who murdered someone, but he wasn't the murderer of the other people in the case. So, and that kind of like I really like that. That wasn't like we get our man every time like every other TV show, and they just showed the realism of that case is over. Now we move on. Yeah, I really like that too. And obviously the interviews are excellent. The only parts I didn't like and why I haven't done the commentaries for them, because I wanted to my last rewatch, but Holden's ex-girlfriend or girlfriend in the first season is just so terrible that I just skip all her scenes and I lose nothing of value. Like you don't like she doesn't come into play at all, like really in the story. She's just some annoying douche that you have to put up with when the first time you watch the show. And then the second season, oh man, what's Holden's partner's name? I can't remember right now, but his son, like that side plot in the second season is also skippable. I always skip that. Like, so season 1 and 2 both have like things I just skip because it doesn't really add to the story in my opinion. But beyond that, it's like a perfect show. Unfortunately, as a complete show, I have to add in those other parts, but that's okay. But I still, if I could take those parts out, I would give it a perfect 10. But where those parts are part of the show, I have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. 2.5 points for Holden's girlfriend in the first season, then 2.5 for Buddy's son in the second. Although there are parts of the guy's son, where it's pretty fucked up, and you're just kind of like, whoa, they went there. Why would they do that? They didn't need to. Like, that's not an important part, or I don't even think it's a real life part of the real life counterparts of who they're based off of, but they put it in there for some reason. I mean, honestly, what happened, I don't really want to get into it, but that would have been like a better case for Holden and Bill to fucking look into than it actually being like attached personally to Bill. But beyond that, yeah, that show is fucking great, and yeah, a lot of good cop shows, but that one, I really hope that there's like always been rumblings that'll come back, and I really think it should. It's just it is quality. Like David Fincher makes really good movies, and it's just hundreds of takes like every time. Like, man, that's got to be fucking hard in the head. Like Clint Eastwood, man, apparently he like rocks out like a take, like 2 takes, that's it for him. I like that. I like the way he goes about things, and he's made a lot of great films, so I don't know. I guess it's just two people going at the same job in two completely different ways. I guess at the end of the day, I'm just really saying, watch Mindhunter. Do yourself a favor if you like true crime or detective shows. Even if you don't like detective shows, but you like true crime, you'll probably get a thrill out of that show, because, man, those interviews are fucking awesome. So, go watch that. I said at the start of the show, I was doing this podcast because just like to talk about, like, things I'm not going to make full videos for, mostly. You know, whatever's on my mind and, like, shit like that. But, this one's kind of out of left field, and there's, like, no way I would ever make a full video for it. There's just not enough there, but I feel like it needs mentioning. And that's Buffy. Buffy's absent father on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I realized like him and like Buffy's mom obviously got divorced and they moved. And he didn't like outright take off on her, but still he wasn't like exactly in the picture for Buffy after the separation. But she's older. She's like 16 when she moves to Sunnydale, so it's not 100% like fucking crazy that he wouldn't be around that much anyway, 'cause she's like going out on her own at that point. And so, yeah, it's shitty and it's like fucking super irresponsible way to act, but at the same time, you can kind of see it and let him skate by a little bit. But then Buffy has a sister, but Buffy didn't always have a sister. Those of us who watched the whole series know the first 4 seasons of Buffy, there was no sister. But then, because of events that happened in season 5, monks take a piece of Buffy and create Dawn, who is Buffy's sister. And that's all well and fine. That's cool. Buffy loves her sister, and her mother loves her sister, and all that shit. But now you got like a fucking another daughter here that dude just fucking abandoned. And not only that, she's a lot younger. Like she's I think 4 years between them. So when they moved to Sunnydale, Dawn would have been like 12. So dude just gave up parenting his daughter after her like 12th birthday and was like completely fine with that. But the problem is it's not 100% his fault. She doesn't technically exist. So, but now the monks made this guy look like a huge douchebag through no fault of his own. Well, it's only like half his fault because he did definitely abandon one child, but the other kid, like, is that his fault too? I don't think so, man. But people will see it differently than I will, probably. But the fuck, like, why did the monks do that to him? Also, child support payments just went up on this guy. Like, yeah, Buffy and like Joyce got like a daughter and a sister. What the fuck did this guy get? He became a double abandoner and fucking has to pay more child support. Good thing I'm pretty sure Buffy's dad is rich, because it seemed that way. Buffy's mom is also rich, apparently, opening an antique store in a small town, or city, or county. I don't know what the fuck Sunnydale is or how big it is. They seem to have everything, though. Way more than most small towns, but I'm not even sure if it is a small town. Might be a fucking mega city that's also a village. I'm confused by it, but that's beyond the point. I guess my real point is never abandon your kids, because monks could create another child for your family, and then now you've abandoned more children than you originally intended. So just better to play on the safe side and not abandon your kids. And that's it for that. Now, I've been doing a rewatch of Dexter recently because that happens like every 3 months to me for some reason. Actually, I know exactly the reason. I make food, have nothing to watch, then I'll throw on a show that I've watched hundreds of times, and then because I always start at the start, and so I always get like reinvested, and then suddenly I'm just rewatching the show again. Fucking happens all the time with Dexter. Happens with Supernatural a lot too. But although I think the last time I rewatched Supernatural is it's gonna be a while before I rewatch it again because getting a little too familiar. Fortunately, which sucks because it's like one of my comfort shows. But so is Dexter, and it's a wonderful show. And people can say like a lot of negative things about it, but really the only shitty season of the show is season 8. It's the only. It's like really the only season I never fucking rewatch either because I just can't. I think it's too stupid. They dropped the ball completely on that season, but also I never rewatched 3 anymore either because I usually skip it to get to the Trinity season, and then by that time Dexter's life is kind of moving in a new direction. Not really feel like going back to like when he still had Rita and the kids and stuff and like going through all that shit again. So I just move on. But it's not that I completely hate season 3, but it is the weakest season of the first 3. May have to fucking rewatch it though one of these times because it'll feel like it's brand new. You know what I mean? When you go a while, like a couple years without watching a TV show and you watch it again, like even though you know what's gonna happen, mostly in the big areas of the show, like there's like stuff you completely forgot about, so it feels kind of fresh. So I like that. Kind of happened too with me with 24. Made it out of my rotation for about 5 years, and now it's back probably like for the last 4 years, and I'm very happy about that. But what I want to talk about with Dexter is Dexter fucking Resurrection and a little bit about Dexter Original Sin. The main thing I want to talk about is Michael C. Hall, man, coming back. Because I got to be honest, like I'm one of the few people that really liked the ending of New Blood, and I thought it like really brought Dexter back to what he is. I mean, you can't argue that Dexter probably made the world a better place, but the reasons he does it aren't really for justice. He does it because he's like a sick freak who gets off on murdering people and cutting them up. Like he is a villain, really, even though the results are good, but he is evil. And he's proven that a couple times, and he did in that season, that he's like what he's capable of. I thought it was good they brought him back to like that. Because I feel like they gave him too much growth as the show went on that they didn't really need to. But I guess it makes sense when you have a show going that long that your character has to evolve. But eh, but I thought it was cool how they brought it back in that way. But then they brought him back, and yeah, and they started evolving him again emotionally. And actually, I really liked it actually. So at first I didn't give a shit that he was coming back, but because I liked the New Blood ending. But now I'm like, okay, I'm happy they brought it back. But one of the reasons though I didn't really care, besides the fact I actually didn't believe it was a serious article and they said he wasn't dead. But beyond that, I was really in the Original Sin in Patrick Gibson playing Dexter. Like it like completely filled that void for me with Michael C. Hall. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I really thought he was great. And then when Resurrection was announced and I found out it was true, I was like, okay, that's fine. I guess I'll probably watch it. But I was more excited for Original Sin season 2. But then like yeah, fuck, it came out, man. Like within 5 minutes of watching Michael C. Hall like just act as Dexter again, I was like, okay, the fucking king is back. Like this guy's unbeatable. Like no one can replace him as Dexter. And like, yeah, Patrick Gibson is close, and I will. If season 2 ever happens, which it probably isn't going to, I will watch the shit out of that. But yeah, Michael C. Hall is the king of fucking Dexter, and I'm glad it's coming back for another season. Although I'm not sure if it's gonna be Resurrection season 2 or something else. I'm hoping they'll go with another name because I kind of like that. Kind of makes it feel like a mini series every time, even though it's basically like going season to season now. But I gotta say, I really enjoyed Resurrection, and like, yeah, they did a fucking great job with it. Like, I had a few problems with it, which were like, it was kind of like over stylized, I thought, compared to other seasons. It felt like a little too fresh for Dexter, and like, it's supposed to be like a bit of a darker show, but I don't. Cinematography is not my forte, but I do enjoy like a more raw, especially for a show like that, and especially when you watch like early Dexter, you see how fucking raw it is, like at the film cinematography style. And like I love that, especially for like cable shows, because HBO always had that kind of raw feel to it. it's kind of nostalgic for me, I guess. But yeah, besides that, the other thing that really bothered me, but it wasn't a lot, but I'm hoping that they kind of curb it in the next year or next season, is like things just like kept working out for Dexter like all season. Like even when things went wrong, he figured a way out like every time. And like I know he's the main character and things are supposed to work out that way where he can continue on as being Dexter, but just it happened too many times where it was just like unbelievable. It just kind of speaks to the quality of the season that I'm willing to let that go. 'Cause it's the kind of thing that can get annoying when your like character's so like protected. They have like what do they call it, character armor, is that it, or plot armor? That's what it is. Like he had a lot of plot armor this year, and it was still an awesome season, but it's gonna start to fucking annoy the shit out of me. And it was a problem in the old show too, but they kept it at fucking bay a little bit more. It was a little annoying, but like I said, it was such an enjoyable season. And Harrison was like much better. He's kind of annoying in New Blood. And another example of me skipping a ton of scenes, like all of his high school scenes, I just skipped them. I like the stuff between him and Dexter that season, but I find the high school shit's pretty skippable. After he like fucking sets up that kid for that whatever happened, I can't remember. But yeah, Harrison and Dexter's like relationship is much better in Resurrection than it was in New Blood. And Harrison's character overall was just so much better. And I hope they continue that as the series goes on. Although I'm pretty sure his girlfriend that he meets in that Resurrection is going to turn out to be crazy, but that's just because it's someone in a relationship in Dexter, so someone has to be a fucking crazy person. That's just how it is, man. And now Deb's not around to date fucking crazy people. I guess they're just going to make Harrison do it. Till Dexter gets in a relationship again, because then that'll be terrible. But yeah, I'd probably give Dexter Resurrection probably a solid 8.9 out of 10. It's fucking really good, but it does have issues, and as long as they don't carry them over in the next season, I may fucking raise my rating of this season, but if it gets out of hand, I don't know. Might fucking leave a bad taste in my mouth. But that's all I gotta say about Dexter. Oh, actually, one more thing on Dexter that I'm really hoping is true. Yeah, I didn't realize it's a rumor that's been going around since Resurrection ended, but apparently people want Jonah, Trinity's son, to be the fucking New York Ripper, and I think that'd be great. I think the kid's got the potential for that, and it'd be great to see like one of Dexter's fuck ups come back again. And yeah, I really like the actor who plays Jonah. He's always been good in everything I've ever seen him. I think he can pull it off pretty well. And look, he's got the right reason for it, and he did murder his mother. So he's already killed somebody. A lot of people say it's a stupid theory, but I think I'd like it to kind of come to fruition. Fruition. But now, that's all I gotta say about Dexter. So, the other day I was peering at IMDb. Maybe it was today, I don't know. Fuck. I'm on there quite a bit actually. Adding fucking movies and TV shows to my watch list I'll never watch. But I don't want to forget about them. Because that would be the real crime. but fuck. But yeah, I kind of have beef with them right now because I'm noticing a fucking trend that's happening with obviously older movies and TV shows, but it's that their critical ratings going down, which is like an audience score on IMDb. I don't know if they have critic score on there, but all the scores you see on there are fucking from the audience, which I do like, and I find is a better guide than the critics' ratings as far as movies go. But I kind of wish that IMDb has a system like Steam has, where they have the all-time rating and then the recent ratings. I'd like to see like example. There's a show I watched like fucking long ass time ago called Undeclared. It's kind of like a close cousin to Freaks and Geeks because it's by the same people. And it was also a very good show that got canceled way too soon after one season, actually. Just like Freaks and Geeks. But I watched it years ago, and I know for a fucking fact it had well over an 8 rating. Now had a 7.9 out of 10. And I don't know if it's bullshit. I haven't watched the show in years. Maybe that's what it deserves by today's standards, but I kind of would like to know, like, am I taking, like, modern audience fucking opinions on this shit, or is this, like, how people feel overall? It'd be kind of nice to know that. Or if they could do, like, an old rating from when it was, like, actually popular, and, like, freeze that, and then be like, this is all-time rating, this is original rating. Like, that would kind of speak more to, like, what I'm looking for as well. It'd be a better guide, I think, because Yeah, but it sucks anyways. Like all these shows, like you see the fucking ratings going down as the years go on. Eventually it's gonna happen to fucking The Godfather and shit too, probably, and like things of that nature, which I think is bullshit. But it might be accurate to how people feel, which is unfortunate. But things only keep their quality for so long, I guess, before they kind of look silly. And things improve so much more too with technology and like I don't know everything else. So yeah, it's a weird thing. Those things are like ratings in general are just a good guide to have, except Rotten Tomatoes. Like, because they take all critics' score, and critics seem to have their head shoved up their ass for like the last 10 years. Very can't fucking trust anything from those guys anymore. But the audience scores are that they're usually a little more closer to where I feel about movies too. So that's good. It's pretty rare that I'll see a movie that's really well liked by audiences that also won't like, but it happens. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is IMDb needs to get their shit together. And Rotten Tomatoes, our critics in general really need to get their shit together. I don't even know what the fuck they think they're doing anymore. Like, no one trusts them or fucking. Like, Rotten Tomatoes is going to be doing terribly, but they're probably not. People probably still go over there just to fucking harass them, but. So I guess that's why. They don't care. But that's all I gotta say about that. So now we're at the part of the video or podcast where I'll tell you what I'm doing next week for videos. And well, it's been a while since I've released a commentary. I don't do them as much as I used to just because I've got on to different things. Not that I don't like them, but I don't think people really get them. But maybe if I can get popular enough, people will start going back and watching my old ones and they'll enjoy them. I'd say about 50% of them are pretty funny. I'm sorry, that's the best I can do at the moment. But they're much better now. I'm getting really good at them actually. No, that sounded cocky. Fuck, I'm sorry. Oh man, I may be a little lit right now, but I enjoy them. I haven't done them a lot because I've just been doing other things, mostly the video game commentaries. I enjoy those more because I'm playing video games at the same time, and I'm much more relaxed, so those ones seem to be a lot funnier too. But yeah, this week I'm doing a commentary. It's for a TV show I love. It got canceled, like a lot of fucking shows, but a lot of shows I like seem to get canceled in like the last 20 years. But seems I always got it right when I was a kid. The shows I always watched seem to keep going, but now as an adult, I fucking lose them all. But this week I'm doing a commentary for the TV show Reaper. It's one of my favorite shows that got canceled. Like, it's incredibly funny. This is Kevin Smith was involved in this show, and this was like right before he became unfunny completely. So you guys remember when Kevin Smith was funny? I know you do. He was funny for like a good 10 years, but yeah. So he was involved in this show. It was actually like right before Zack and Miri Make a Porno come out. So yeah, it was right then. I'd say that's probably his last like funny movie that I really enjoyed. Actually, I can 100% say that with fucking certainty. But Reaper, I'm doing the pilot episode for that. Unfortunately, it's only 45 minutes or something like that, but it's still enjoyable and hopefully actually I did the first like 6 episodes, but I will not be releasing them all at once. But if you guys enjoy the first one, I'll get all the other ones out and I'll continue to do the rest of the series because I really enjoy it. Like I said, it's funny, but it's also like really it has a really good story. It has a really good action too. Like the comedy doesn't like outweigh everything else. It seems like it's very well rounded, let's say that. But the comedy is like the main event. And it is still like even 20 years later because it came out in 2007. Like 20 years later, it's still one of the funniest shows I've ever watched. So yeah, I gotta recommend you watch it, even if you don't watch my commentary. But yeah, that'll be out. And if you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, like I just do commentaries and oh yeah, by the way, this show's on YouTube for free, so you can go watch it there if you can't find it anywhere else. It was on the Pirate Bay last time I checked. I didn't download it, but wink wink. But you guys might, or I can't say you should, but no, don't do it. It's legal. Wink wink. So, but it's up there, and I'm pretty sure no one gives a shit. So, but it's on YouTube, so You can watch it there and listen to my commentary. Which is what commentaries are a little niche, but but I think it's like worth checking out. Like all you have to do is own the DVDs or go on YouTube and watch it, and it'll be available anywhere you want to download podcasts. So that way you can just download it and listen to it on your Bluetooth. It's much easier than trying to open two YouTube windows and doing it that way, I'm guessing. But essentially you watch the show at home, then listen to my commentary at the same time, and I make a lot of funny jokes sometimes, and 50% of the time I'd say. So yeah, and you can listen to that, and it's available on YouTube. So I don't know, this is one that could work out well for all of us, because I did listen to it, and I have to say this one's one of the good 50%, maybe in a different percentage, guys, but who knows? We're all too fucking drunk and high right now to figure it out. So that's that, man. Also, Arkham Asylum Part 2. I'll try to get that up Saturday or Friday. Yeah, probably Friday. Or Saturday. Fuck, I don't know. It'll be up sometime this weekend, probably, though. I'm back to work now, so. I was laid off for a bit. I probably should have got a lot more videos done than I did, but. Fucking, I got a PlayStation 5 and Cyberpunk happened, so. That happens sometimes to people. But, I think, hopefully people enjoyed the first Arkham. I haven't listened to Arkham Part 2 yet, but it's probably fine. You know what? Actually, I guarantee it's going to be in the 50% of that's good. That's how confident I feel. And if not, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you know at some point. I just finished Arkham Knight again too. Like, holy shit, man! I play those games way too much. But pretty much every game like directs me back to an Arkham game. Especially like I was playing Spider-Man too. And that game's a bit of a disappointment, like story-wise, so that kind of threw me back into wanting to play the Arkham series, because all those games have a great story. And it's just, like, I don't understand the Spider-Man games. Like, they have an opportunity to throw, like, a shit ton of villains in the game, like, from the Spider-Man comics, and they put, like, so few, like, where the Arkham games had, like, fucking super villains, like, every time you turned around, there was, like, a super villain harassing him. And pretty much every game, I'd say Arkham and, yeah, probably just Arkham Asylum is the only one that's not, like, chock full of fucking Batman villains, but Arkham City and Arkham Knight, like, yeah, I mean, they have the intercom, and it's, like, constantly have, like, someone, like, calling over the intercom and harassing you. Like, Dark Knight, come solve my riddles. Like, fuck off, man. I have, like, a lot of shit to do tonight. Like, do you not know there's, like, I'm, like, battling an army out here? Dark Knight, you idiot. Are you too dumb to solve my riddles? Like, fuck you, man. Oh, fuck, I hate the Riddler. I know there are, like, some versions of the character that are pretty good, but it still bothers me. If I ever made a Batman movie, I would not have the Riddler in them. Even though, actually, kind of weirdly, the fucking Gotham, the TV show, like, the Riddler in that, I actually like quite a bit. That's actually not a bad show once you get past the fact that it's not comic accurate in any way, except the characters act like themselves, but yeah, like, they all didn't, like, grow up together and shit. But anyways, I think that's all I have for tonight. Hopefully, I'll have one of these up every Sunday, but it'll probably be more like every 2 weeks, but I'll try, guys. I think I might have severe ADD, and I'm fucking starting to realize the symptoms, and like, I like try to work on this shit a lot, but sometimes I'll just be like, I'll like start watching 24. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch an episode, and then the next thing I know, it'll be like midnight, and I'll be like, oh shit, I didn't get anything done today. And like I wanted to, like I wasn't like a lazy kind of thing. I really wanted to work on it. I just completely forgot. And that happens to me a lot. So I don't know, man. But what I do know is that that's the end of this podcast. So please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you.